Hi, welcome back to Sherwood Park Farm. My name is CheTranqui, and this is part 5 of a 5-part series going through Sherwood Park Farm and the production on it. So, we're looking today at the BGA. The BGA consists of 4 separate silage bunkers. We also have an in-ground silo king as your silage dump. Then we have a bioproduction facility, we have a bioseparator facility, a compost master, and on top of all of this, we have storage for diesel, dry fertilizer, and liquid fertilizer, all at our BGA. The biggest thing that threw me off were our 2 production facilities and our compost master. I'd never seen them before. So let's go ahead and dive in game. As we swing into the BGA, you'll see on our right 3 separate storage units. The first one here is for liquid fertilizer, the second one is for dry fertilizer, and then the yellow one here is for diesel fuel. We've got 2 production facilities there in the corner. We've got our actual silage dump, and we have a compost master. So, with this grass, I'm going to go ahead and, instead of making a silage, I already have some silage on this map that I'll go collect and bring down here in just one moment. We'll show you the actual compost master. So all it is hauling it right up the ramp and drop that off. In doing so, it's going to combine our diesel. Looks like we only have 400 gallons in here at the moment, or liters. It's going to combine our diesel with the compost. It uses diesel to a much lesser degree than the biomatter. The biomatter, it will reproduce 1 for 1. So in the end, we'll have about 80,000 compost on this side. Whereas the diesel is used in a much lower capacity, a much lesser capacity. All right, I'm going to go collect some silage, and then we will be right back and actually start our full-on BGA production. Now that we're back with the actual silage, we're going to go ahead and start to dump it here. We have an in-ground silo king to dump into. Now, I wanted to show you this in particular because you're going to see a special message pop up on the screen in just 1 second. You can't dump an entire load of silage all at once. There's no more capacity for silage. So I did get paid. You see there I got $64,000 for it, and it's currently working. It's doing its thing. If we head over to the other side of this particular facility, you'll see this is a pickup point. This is a digestate tank, and it currently has 3,300 digestate, and it continues to fill bit by bit. So unlike most silage, most BGAs, where you can just continuously sell your silage, this one in particular has a capacity. So we're at 46K now, 45. So I could probably drop another 4 or 5K, right? And then we're out of room again. So that's just something to note about the silage capacity as you're dropping things off. It will take it all. It just will take a little bit of time. Once you get your digestate, you're going to load that up into the special cot pack. Remember, for this particular map, we need the Beaver Creek multi-cot update that is provided by Stevie with the map. So with our digestate here from the tank, we've got 2 separate production facilities that are relevant now. The first is this one. This is where you're going to drop off your digestate. You're going to fill this tank. That's the only input that's required, and you can see here, as we look at this map, we have 3 separate outputs. So let's take a look at these outputs. Our first one is going to be liquid fertilizer. Our second one is going to be dry fertilizer. And lastly, we get diesel fuel. So all 3 of these things we get from our digestate. This particular facility is, in my opinion, far too productive. There are 3 outputs that we get for 1 input. Yes, it's still a 1 for 1 trade. 1 digestate gives you 1 thing. So 3 digestate gives you 1 of each. But it's still very powerful. It's still very, very powerful. You get way too much stuff in the end. And you will need to have a place to sell your diesel, which will be right up top at the gas station. So there is even a diesel sell point on this map. The other facility is a separator. So this is where you're going to put your liquid manure. So any liquid manure, any extra slurry that you have goes here. That slurry mixed with straw is going to produce regular manure, and it is also a 1-for-1. But since you're putting in 2 separate inputs, you get 2-to-1 output basically, right? So the manure, as you can see, is piling up. This one pit holds almost 200,000 manure. There is no storage for manure here at the plant, at the BGA. It's up at your main farm. So there is storage at your main farm, but this stuff is probably going to go straight to the garden centers, right? Because you have 40,000 per garden center, or per greenhouse for it. So this is a really good way to make a quick lot amount of manure, is to toss in your liquid slurry and straw. Now then, if you happen to have an excess of manure, you can use it over here at our compost master. Our compost master, we just dropped in a whole bunch of grass, right? So we threw in a bunch of grass. We've still got about, so it's burned 5,000 grass, and it burned the 400 gallons or 400 liters of diesel. So to keep this running, I actually need to grab some gas and throw that in here. On the back side, we currently have 56,000 compost, and you pick up your compost, of course, on the back side through the silo master. So that's your rundown of our BGA. Essentially, you have your regular silages, your regular silage bunkers. You've got an in-ground dump that requires you to go a little bit slower. You're going to use that digestate over here at the BioPro facility, and that is going to give you 3 outputs, which are all extremely useful. And then you can use liquid slurry plus straw to produce a little bit of manure. And we also have storage here for diesel, dry, and liquid fertilizer. So that's our BGA here at Sherwood Park Farm. I hope you enjoyed this series. I had a lot of fun making it, and in particular, I've had a lot of fun on this map. If you've missed any of the prior tutorials, look down below, check that out. We go through the lumber mills, we go through the animal production, as well as the garden centers, and just a general overview of the map if you want to get an idea of what's going on with the fields and the sell points, so on and so forth. I hope you enjoyed this all. If you did, please like this video. Don't forget to subscribe. There should be plenty more to come in the future. And thank you again for watching. Have a wonderful day.